Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to my channel, to my wonderland, and to our coffee times together. Today, in another movie review for you, I have a very gory slasher. So buckle up, get your coffee, and let's start.
It's coffee time.
So in today's spoiler-free review, I'm going to talk to you about another movie that I was lucky enough to watch at the Fantasy Film Fest, and that is The Furies. And I was expecting a gory slasher, but oh boy, was I in for a treat. It was everything I wanted, but more. I kind of went into the movie with lower expectations because I thought it was going to be a typical slasher with not much like behind that, but I was pleasantly surprised, and this has become now one of my favorite slashers because, like, from the newer times, right? Because they managed to give just a little twist into the original slashers, and they also threw in some humor that landed every time, and I really appreciate that. So let's start our review. So The Furies is a 2019 movie directed by Tony D'Acchino, an Australian director, and I love this. It was described as horror action thriller, and before we watch the movie, for some of the movies that you watch at the film fest, you get a little clip of introduction from the director or creator of the movie to let you know what they intended when they developed the movie. And Tony D'Acchino was saying that he wanted to play homage in a way to the old slashers from the 80s specifically that he used to watch when he was younger, but he also wanted to do something a bit different, and I totally see, you know, after watching the movie, what he meant by that. And if you love slashers and you don't mind movies that have very, you know, explicit gore in daylight, this is for you. Let's talk about the plot of the movie. Now, the plot of this movie might sound stereotypical, so the beginning, it's kind of stereotypical, but as you go further into the movie, you realize that that is not everything that's going down. So let me explain to you what the main premise is. Basically, there is this kind of company that kidnaps girls and puts them in a box. It's kind of like a black box in the middle of some woods in the middle of nowhere, and on the box there is always beauty and then a number, so beauty number 5, beauty number 6, and the girls just wake up inside of this box and they go out and they don't know where they are, they don't know what happened to them. The last memory they have is from when they were assaulted, basically kidnapped. So we're following the story of these girls that find themselves in these woods, and soon they realize that they are not alone. Apart from meeting other beauties, they realize that there are some killers on the loose. Now, there is as many killers as girls, and the killers are all wearing different outfits with specific masks. You know, it's kind of like an homage to those 80s, 70s and 80s horror movies, and there's obviously a reference to, for example, Leatherface, but taken a little bit to the extreme. And that was one of my favorite beasts because I thought it was fantastic. So we have a Beauty and the Beast kind of contest in which we have girls fighting for their life and beasts, which are the killers, trying to hunt them down and kill them. So that's basically it. It is a survival slasher gory movie in which you see these girls trying to flee, trying to find a way out, and the beasts hunting them down, killing them in very gory ways that it's shown like really on your face, like it's on daylight. The camera zooms in and you can see everything happening. So I'm just putting an emphasis in there because I know not everybody loves that much gore on your face, because the classic slashers, they were not always that gore. If you look into like Friday the 13th and all of that. I mean, of course there are some gory moments, but this is a little bit more extreme, so I just want to put that out there. As for the acting, I thought the girl that plays Kayla, who is the main character, did an amazing job. She is fantastic, and her character was very special because she also has a health disability. I'm not gonna really tell you too much about it, so that you can discover that when you watch the movie. And it was something that they put a lot of emphasis in the movie, and it made it like more special, and it was something that I've never really seen done like this in a horror movie, and I thought that was brilliant. So that's one of the things that I really appreciated, and her character was really well developed. Now, because there are many beauties, you don't get to see the growth on all of them, but because Kayla was kind of the main character, you get to see her develop and grow as a character through the movie, and it's not something that you get to see in every horror movie. Mostly the characters tend to be a little bit more bland, a little bit more like plain, so I really appreciated that they put more work into Kayla. As for the things that I loved that they used a lot of practical effects. In the introduction video that the director did before the movie, he did say that there was no CGI in this movie, that everything was practical effects, and it's something that you can see, and I appreciated that so much. And every scene that was kind of like a gory attack was so well done. Like, honestly, I loved all of those scenes, and I think they did a great job with that. And also, one of the things that I really love is that even though it is kind of taking those 70s and 80s slasher movies and playing homage to it, and there is a lot of stereotypes from those movies that you can see in this one as well, I did love that the director took a different approach. Like, as you go throughout the movie and you're getting to the end and you're understanding more and more what the heck's going on, and the different twists on the story that you get to see, that I don't want to talk to you about because then I'm going to spoil it for you. But there are some things on the story that you think the story is starting very plain, but then it starts to just, like, you know, get you twists and turns, and you're like, oh, okay, I see. And I absolutely love that when, you know, a movie that was supposed to be very stereotypical and where you could expect things to happen, it ended up being unexpected towards the end. And since I'm a fan of this type of survival movies where people are trapped somewhere and they have to kill each other to go out, or this kind of escape room movies, or this kind of stuff, battle royale, things like this, I really love that aspect of this movie. It was kind of like a survival game where only one could survive, and I really dig that. I mean, call me psycho, but I love when a group of people are somewhere and they know that they have to kill to survive. I don't know, I just really like that. And so if you like those type of movies, you're definitely gonna love the Furies. All in all, I'm gonna end up giving this movie an 8 out of 10, just because it was everything a classic slasher, you know, could give you, plus they took it to the next level. And I love the gore, I love the humor in the movie. I think it landed very well. I was just watching yesterday Velvet Buzzsaw, and the humor was just not happening for me, and it makes me appreciate where more, you know, the humor in movies like the Furies, where every single time there was something that was supposed to be funny, it was, and the jokes landed and everybody was laughing in the theater. And I absolutely love that, because I think a good slasher can also use a little bit of humor, and, you know, it's kind of as a manner of relieving a little bit of tension that a movie like this puts on the viewer. So those kind of relief moments were fantastic, and I thought they didn't abuse the humor so much. So all in all, I will give this movie a solid 8 out of 10 because of that, because it was a great slasher, but it was different, unexpected, with a great twist on the story, and I absolutely loved it. Let me know down below if you knew about this movie, if you've already watched it, because I believe it came out September 2019, so maybe you guys have already seen it. Let me know in the comments down below. I really hope you enjoyed my short spoiler-free review on the movie. Let me know down below if you like this kind of videos where I make quicker spoiler-free review on movies, because I definitely can make more of these if you want. Let me know in the comments and down below. And thanks so much you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please give the video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber yet, and click on the notification bell because you don't want to miss any more coffee times with me. And if you do have Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, I do have accounts there as well, so if you want to follow me on those social media channels, you have the links to those on the description box down below as well. And I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!